Hi everyone, my name is Nichole and I'm with Gemstone Yoni, and we're going to be diving deep into a three-part yoga series based on the Yoni, starting with beginner, intermediate, and advanced. So just a quick little brief caption on what we're going to be diving into. Yoni yoga is defined as a connection of the physical, the mental, and the spiritual exercises while we channel the energy of our yoni through our mind, our body, and our spirit. In this practice, we'll be using physical techniques known as poses or asanas that focus on the pelvic floor muscles combined with meditative breath work and womb connection. Yoni yoga is used to strengthen and heal and promote a healthy womb space. Our Yoni yoga can be done with or without a Yoni egg. The Yoni egg during your practice will just help us to get a deeper physical exercise as far as strengthening our pelvic floor muscles, and also will help to deepen the spiritual work by activating the metaphysical energies. If you choose to use your Yoni egg, focus on contracting and releasing your pelvic floor at the same time as we do the breathing exercises along with the patterns of the body. We're doing this Yoni yoga to really connect with the divine feminine that lives within our womb space. And so as we move through this practice, just make sure you're really mindful and conscious with connecting to this divine womb space. Before we go ahead and begin our physical Yoni yoga practice, we're going to take a moment to consciously breathe into our womb space and to just bring the awareness, the intention, and the attention down into that area. I do recommend propping yourself up so you can place your hands comfortably on your womb space by using a block or a blanket. I'm just going to go ahead and use the block and take it underneath my sit bones. You just want to allow your knees to fall below your hips so that your spine can be nice and tall. And then I recommend taking an inverted triangle shape with your fingers and just placing that on your womb space. And softly closing your eyes, relaxing your shoulders down, allowing your heart to open. Taking a moment here as you consciously shift your awareness down into your yoni and into your womb space. And then taking a deep inhale as you feel your belly and your womb space begin to expand. Send all the breath down into that area. A little pause at the top. And then a slow, steady exhale. And again, inhaling into your womb space, feel all the breath go down into your yoni. And a slow, steady exhale. 2 more times, breathing in. Feel the energy that lives down in your womb. And a slow, controlled exhale. Last time, breathing deeply down into your womb. Pausing at the top. And exhale. Just holding here for a moment, keeping your hands on your womb space. We'll invite in some affirmations, just repeating out loud or in your mind. My yoni is beautiful. She is the creator and life force energy. She is the creative energy within me. My yoni helps me to be feminine, creative, and strong. Another deep breath in. And exhale. Just blinking your eyes open, and we'll go ahead and move on to the beginner series. Hi, this is Nicole again, and we're going to be starting our Yoni Yoga beginner series. You're actually just going to start right in this easy position called Sukhasana with your legs crossed, and just placing your hands comfortably on your knees. And we'll start with some circling of the pelvis and the hips. So we're going to be using these movements also combined with the patterns of our breath. So what I want you to do is just inhale as you start to bring your chest forward. As you do this, on the inhale, start to pull up on your pelvic floor. And then as you exhale, you move your body to the right and then slightly back into a flexed spine. And here you're going to hold and really contract on your pelvic floor. Then inhaling over to the left and into an extended spine as you bring your chest forward. And then exhaling to the right and back into a flexed spine. On the exhale, just pause and pull your pelvic floor up. Inhaling to the left again and forward, opening your chest. Try to keep your pelvic floor turned on here. And then exhaling to the right and flexing your spine again. And here's where I want you to really activate the muscles in your pelvic floor. Really draw up, keeping the breath in. And one more time, inhaling to the left and then forward. Exhaling to the right and then back. And pausing here. This time, tuck your chin. Really lift up. Try to pull your pubic bone towards your ribs. And releasing, coming back to center. And we'll go ahead and do the other side, spinning in the opposite direction, moving to the left first. So again, inhaling, just pushing forward. Try to poke your tailbone out, feel your pelvic floor lift. Moving to the left, exhaling, slightly rounding your spine. Again, little pause on the exhale, pulling up on the pelvic floor. And then inhaling to the right and slowly bringing your chest forward. Exhaling to the left and slightly back as you flex your spine, chin in. Again, a little pause, pull the pelvic floor muscles up. And then inhaling to the right and forward, your spine is extended. And you can use the energy of your hands, pressing your right hand down to really help flex the spine, holding in this space here, pulling up. And then one more time, inhaling to the right, chest forward, exhaling to the left, and then back, flex your spine, full lifting of your pelvic floor here. Tuck your chin, draw the belly in, pubic bone lifts towards your ribs, and then release, coming back to center. So now we're going to practice this cat-cow position on our hands and knees. So just go ahead and take your hands down, flat on the ground, with your hips right above your knees, and making sure that your shoulders stack right above your wrists. And so from here, again, we'll use the patterns of our breath to move with the patterns of our body. On the inhale, find an extended spine, drop your belly, lift your gaze. And from here, connect to your yoni and pull the pelvic floor muscles up. As you exhale, press into the ground, round your upper back, fully flex your spine. And from here, we're going to hold as you feel a lift of your pelvic floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And releasing on the inhale, dropping the belly. You can soften your pelvic floor now and open your chest. And then exhale back into flex and drawing the belly in. Pulling the pelvic floor up, holding here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften the yoni and inhale, start to drop your belly, lift your chest, slightly gaze up. And exhale, pressing into your palms, drawing the belly in. Once you get to the top, just go ahead and pull up on that pelvic floor again. Feel your yoni, feel the contraction for 3. Belly is up in 2. 1, inhaling, drop your belly, extend your spine, open your chest. And then exhale again, pressing into your palms, really rounding your back. And again, just holding up on that pelvic floor. Bring all of your awareness into your yoni for 3, 2, 1. Last round here. Inhale, extending your spine, softening the yoni, lifting up. And then exhale, pulling the belly in, pressing into the earth. Once you round your back fully, really draw up through the belly and the pelvic floor. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Inhale, coming back into a neutral spine. From here, just keep your hips above your knees so you're keeping your thigh bone perpendicular. Walk your hands forward so your arms are at an angle. Take an inhale. When you exhale, you're going to melt your chest down. Now your options are to keep your chin on the ground, which is a little bit deep. If you can't go that deep, just bring your forehead to the earth. From here, you're going to melt your heart towards the earth, pressing the tops of your feet down, breathing in. When you exhale, draw the pelvic floor up and pull the belly in and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Soften the yoni, inhaling. Exhaling, drawing the pelvic floor up and holding, pulling the yoni in as tight as you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last round here, inhaling, softening the yoni. And then exhaling to fully contract and draw up in that space. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And release. You're going to come onto your belly now for Sphinx pose. Taking the tops of your feet down. Making sure that your forearms are parallel to one another and the shoulders stay right above your elbows. Press the tops of your feet down and feel the thigh bones begin to lift off the ground. Take a breath in, opening your chest, and as you exhale, I want you to think of rooting your pubic bone into the earth and drawing up on the pelvic floor and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then inhale, just soften the yoni space, draw the shoulders down. And then exhale again, pressing the tops of your feet into the ground, feeling the thigh bones lift and the pelvic floor pull up. Holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And soften on the inhale. And exhale again, activating the thigh bones, lifting up your yoni space, feeling the belly button draw to the back body and holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Just slowly bring your hands back by the middle of your ribs and take your forehead to the ground. You can bring your feet together, keeping your hands on the ground and your elbows bent. We'll come into a few cobra poses. So on the inhale, you're just going to lift your heart up. You'll notice your pelvic floor already starts to turn on, so tune into that space, lift it up. And then exhale, softening down to the ground. And the exhale here will actually release our pelvis. And then inhale, drawing up, using the inhale now to lift the pelvic floor. And exhale to release her and soften. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhale, drawing up, press the tops of your feet down, lift through the pelvic floor, and softening on the exhale. 2 more times. Inhaling, pull up. Yoni is turned on. And exhale, you soften. Last time, inhale, press the thigh bones up, lift your pelvic floor, open your heart, maybe fullest expression, you gaze up towards the ceiling, and then a slow, steady exhale, release your pelvic floor, forehead down. So from here, you're just going to roll over on one side so you can lie on your back. And then just go ahead and bend your knees, planting your feet on the floor so they're about hips width apart. And when you reach forward, you should be able to touch your heels with your fingers. Now from here, once you got your feet grounded, just bring your hands down, press your palms down and your shoulder blades into the mat. And then take a breath in. And then as you exhale, I want you to imagine your pubic bone connecting towards your front ribs. So you feel your lower back touch the earth and you'll start to feel the activation of your pelvic floor. Now press into your feet, and as you inhale, we're going to lift up into bridge pose, lifting the lower, the middle, the upper back off of the ground. And then exhale, slowly coming down, upper, middle, lower. And we'll do that again, inhaling as you tilt your pubic bone up toward your ribs, lifting the lower, middle, upper back off of the ground. Feel your yoni begin to turn on, pull her up. And then exhale, slowly releasing upper, middle, lower, and soften the yoni here. And then as you inhale, pull your pubic bone up towards your navel. Start to lift up. Use the pelvic floor muscles to lift your spine off of the earth, pulling up as high as you can now. And we're going to hold this round, so squeeze your inner thighs towards one another. Continue your breath. Allow it to just flow through the pose. And just notice with every inhale, you can pull the pelvic floor up. And with the exhale, you can feel it contract a little bit more. If you want to add on here, you can wrap your shoulders underneath you. And then interlace your fingers and clasp your hands. And we're going to hold here for 3 more breaths. Inhaling, lifting your hips, exhaling, hold. Again, inhale. Exhale. Last round, inhale. And when you exhale, you're going to separate your palms and you're going to release the spine coming down the upper. Try to really control the descent, allowing the middle to touch before the lower. And then just release your pelvis and now press your pubic bone forward towards your heels. Just pausing there for a moment and resting, feeling and integrating. Taking a breath in and a breath out. Now go ahead and pull your thighs towards your chest, towards your belly, and just lift your legs straight up. If you need to have your legs slightly bent here, that's totally fine. And maybe bring your legs together so you can squeeze your inner thighs. You're going to use the energy of your hands pressing into the ground, so press your palms strongly into the earth. We're just going to do 10 hip lifts here. So we'll inhale to lift up, exhale to come down. And you'll notice that the lower belly starts to connect with your pelvic floor and they work in unison to strengthen the whole pelvic floor area. And so we'll begin now on the inhale, lifting up, hips up, exhale, taking the hips down. That's one. Inhale, hips lift. Exhale, hips down. That's two. Inhale, lifting, pulling the pelvic floor up. Exhale, three. Inhale, pulling the pelvic floor up. Exhale, four. Inhale, pulling pelvic floor up. Exhale, five. Inhale, the hips lift, the pelvic floor turns on. Exhale, you drop the hips and soften the yoni. That's six. Inhale, lifting up, just three more. Exhale, the hips drop down, that's seven. Inhale, pulling up. Dropping down for eight. Inhale, pulling up. Releasing the hips down for nine. Last one here, inhale, lift up. We're going to hold now for five. Pull the pelvic floor up for three, two, and release. Exhaling, taking your feet on the ground, mat width apart, and just dropping your knees over to the right side. And just holding here for a few breaths. If you'd like to add on, you can take the right ankle on top of your left thigh and just guide the thigh down. Inhaling. Exhale. One. Two more breaths, breathing in and out, allowing the yoni to be soft now. Two. Breathing in and out. Beautiful. Taking your right foot off the knee and onto the ground, lifting your knees back up, making sure your feet are open mat width apart, and then dropping your knees over to the left. You're welcome to stay here if this is enough of a stretch, or take your left ankle on top of your right thigh and just guide it down for a deeper stretch, allowing the yoni to be soft now after all of the work that she's done. And 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhaling. And exhale. Mindfully taking the left foot off of the right knee, bringing your knees back up to center, and just hugging your thighs into your chest. Wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a really big hug. Bring your forehead in towards your knees. Taking a deep inhale, feel the tension build up. And then exhale, slowly release down. And just roll over to whichever side feels comfortable. And we'll go ahead and meet in a comfortable seated position again. If you'd like to use your prop, you can use your prop. We'll just end with a little bit of breath work. Just allowing the knees again to drop below the hips, sitting up as tall as you can, resting your hands on your lap or taking your inverted triangle on your womb space. Rolling the shoulders back and just closing your eyes. Dropping your attention down into your yoni. And just noticing if you feel a difference, noticing how it feels in your womb space in this moment. Take a deep inhale, fill up your womb space. And a slow, steady exhale. Take a deep inhale. Feel your womb space and your belly pressing into your hands, really expanding and opening. And slow and steady exhale. Just last time, inhale, breathing in. And slow exhale. Returning back to our affirmation, either saying out loud or in your mind, my Yoni is beautiful. She is my creative life force energy, and she's the creative energy within me. My Yoni helps me to activate my divine feminine strength and power. And just joining your hands together at your heart center, taking a deep inhale through your nose. Cleansing exhale out of your mouth. Just bowing your head towards your heart, closing off your practice, thanking your womb space. Lifting your head back up. This will be the end of our beginner Yoni Yoga series. I recommend doing that about 2 or 3 times a week just to continue to strengthen your pelvic floor muscles and dive into the connection of your womb space. And once you feel ready, you can go ahead and move on to our intermediate Yoni Yoga series. Thank you. Have an awesome day.